Hello everyone, welcome back to Motion RC Live, episode 41. I'm James, joined by Alex, and I'm so sorry about last week. Alex actually had like a flu-type illness, so he wasn't even going to be here for last Friday, but then around Wednesday, I got like a stomach bug, and I just didn't feel right. I probably could have did the show, but then I might have needed to be sitting like on a toilet if I was going to do it. It just was stomach bug for me, but so it was just best to pass. So this is episode 41, should be 42, whatever, but today we are going to definitely do two, because I had a winner all picked out from last week, so we're going to do that one and this week, so we'll do 2 spins of the wheel, and then we've got 2 weeks worth of community content to show off. And if you noticed, whether via email or on the website, the new V2 version of the T45, not much has changed other than some weight reduction, but I did get a chance to get out there and fly this one on Tuesday. And man, this is the first time I ever had the T45, the 90mm. I never had what I guess would be the original. It just never came my way, and all the time working here, so it's the first time I ever got to do the unboxing, and you know, so all those videos are going to be coming, and I'll get out and do a proper flight review. We didn't get to do that. We were mostly, you know, I got to fly it about 5 or 6 times on Tuesday. We just ran out of time to do a proper flight review, but she's super easy to fly. I just found, I hate to say that, but for me at this point, this was everything I expected it to be. It's like just a bigger version of the Bayhawk, and you know, as far as I found, it's the first actual model. Well, I flew the F-15, but it's funny, I never landed using the air brake on the F-15. I was just scared of it way back when. That was when I was still, you know, really learning jets, and I have never got a chance to get it back out. But this one right away, popping that air brake out, and with the flaps, man, she landed like a pussycat. She flew down even without the slats, because that's one of the things that were removed, which takes about 10% of the weight reduction off. So now with that in-runner, she is more than enough power. I was able to pull down nice and slow, and then, you know, my field with the trees, I was, you know, gunning it right at the end there and just going right up like no problem. Seems like vertical for days. And you know, so we're thinking we're getting an echo. They're probably hearing your mic, maybe.
Oh, it's funny.
Sounds funny. Well, all right. We tested it before, but we'll check. But either way, welcome back, everybody. So, yeah, I'm happy to be better. I didn't have any. I saw a lot of people. Thank you for the wishes. A lot of people hit me up, you know, hoping I was feeling well. It wasn't COVID or anything like that. It really just was, you know, really just was a stomach virus, which I'm thankful for. I could deal with that. All right, we got other people saying that it is perfect. But as you see here, you know, all the other scale bits on the T45 are really awesome. Again, this was one of the most super scale models, and it still is, other than those front slats, but they've replaced that with just a nice plastic piece straight across. So that's always nice. I like plastic on leading edges of the model and stuff. So I think anybody who loves a T45, wants an easier to fly large aircraft that scale, then this one more than definitely will fit the bill for sure. So saying hi, everybody. It's funny, that video. So earlier in the week, I got an email through our, you know, ticket. Stu didn't know how to contact me. That's who did that opening video. And he says, after the last time we showed the video, because I think it was the Venom, and we went through the whole debate, is it real or not? I think it's real. You know, the flight is real, but obviously there's a lot of post-production. I know for a fact, I've never played with those 360 cams, but you can definitely, in their software, you know, remove whatever sticks behind it, but I don't know. You know, I don't know, because it looks like there's, if you check the shadow on the wing, it looks like you can see the shadow of the camera, and then I know post-production can remove that, but again, he hasn't unveiled the answer. Regardless if it's real or not, it's still some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. I just don't know how you'd maintain signal that far away. You'd have to have all sorts of pinging points down the mountain, and I've never seen a takeoff or the landing off of one of those. So, like, where does he put it down eventually? And I assume he wastes half a battery just getting up there, and then you're just gliding down the mountain. You know, there shouldn't be any power used probably for the whole downhill, because you're just downhill the whole time. But either way, it's crazy. So, you know, either way, cool as heck, and I'd love to have Stu on. If you're willing to come on and talk about what you're doing in post-production, I would love to hear it because I'm very interested in that type of stuff. So is Alex. That's
Show us behind the curtain, Stu.
Pull the curtain back and let's see the wizardry at work there. But either way, super cool. Always fun to do the video. And I just had to change the music because you got different music in your video, and I'm never sure what it'll do to our channel, so I just put our standard music over it. But if you want to watch it in full, again, check out his channel. He's got a lot of cool stuff like that. And either way, all around, super, super cool. So, you see the sidebar, again, this week was a big week. We got a nice container and pretty much every single, at least plug-and-play Freewing model is available as of like yesterday when I checked. I don't know if that's the case today. And I would say at this point, if there's something you want, the way shipping's going, all this stuff, grab it now, especially with the holidays coming up, Christmas coming up. If you want someone to buy you something, give them that nudge. I know for a fact, like myself, I've got most of my Christmas shopping already done for my kids because I have no idea what's going to happen come around Black Friday time when everybody's going to want to buy their gifts and stuff. With the way shipping is not just affecting Motion RC, affecting everybody, the whole world. Go get whatever you want. If you got the money to spend, do it now. Don't wait. Do that stuff. Oh, Scotty, he's fixed.
Too.
But yeah, Butter, I think this was my first landing because you did slow-mo or second landing.
Yeah,
They just, the trailing link gear on the back, it's so soft, especially because it's still a heavier bird at 90 millimeters. Scotty Story, yes, F22 should be in stock. Go check it out. I mean, I checked. The only ones that were out of stock were some older versions that aren't coming back of some models because now they're all high performance versions, and a few ARFs. But it looked like all the plug and plays were there and available. So if you want something, definitely go grab it for sure. But either way, absolutely gorgeous aircraft, and I was happy because it's a pussycat to fly. It really is. And it's quick, but I don't have a basis for the original. I remember the original, one of the knocks on it was just because it was so super scale, and at the time the power systems available, it was sort of a pig, I guess, for a better term. Like, it looked great in the air, but it didn't go too fast. It was sort of, you enjoyed it for its scaleness. But now, removing a little bit of the weight, and with the in-runner motor, man, she can definitely move and groove. And what I found with this model, like the Bayhawk, like the T-33, like the Avanti, the second on liftoff, you just immediately know, you're like, oh, this is super stable, and I was just right into whatever I needed to do, which was great. So really can't ask for much more in a Goshawk. And what I did like too about this model, which I wasn't expecting, all the control rods and linkages already pre-installed out of the box. The decals are already on out of the box. I mean, it's literally just 4 screws. I don't even think, did we even use glue? Yeah, a little glue first.
Back a little.
Oh yeah, the back you have to glue in just the back of the nozzle like goes together. But I mean, all in all, it took like, maybe 25 minutes. Like, if we weren't filming and setting up shots and I was just doing it on my own, it would have went together in about 20 minutes. You'd spend more time just plugging in your receiver and setting up your rates on your transmitter. And I just went with everything by the book, and it worked really well. But yeah, that's the only part you really have to glue is this back foam nozzle bit. And then there's a plastic cap on the end of the nozzle that you glue on, which actually in the video I think we're going to change, because I think I should have installed the horizontal first and then capped it over, because when the horizontal comes in, you had to I kind of had to pry it back a little bit, put the horizontal in, because you could see on the left side of your screen right now, the plastic is covering that horizontal stab. It sort of fits into there. That sort of helps lock it together along with the screws. But, minor thing that the manual doesn't really say, just something that I probably would have done. But either way, again, awesome as it goes. So if you're interested in T45, it's there. It's fantastic and great flyer. I think you'd be really happy with that. How hard do you think it would be to have a working tail hook? James Bowen, that's like what Steve Hodges, and a lot of people do that with their F4s I've seen. I don't know if I've seen anybody do it on the T45, but I'd probably copy the people who did it on their F4. It'd just be a matter of, getting a servo back there, and I you know, being that we took off 9% of the weight already, adding an extra servo to the back probably isn't going to affect it that much. It probably wouldn't be that hard to do. Me personally, would I do that? No. I mean, a working tail hook to me just doesn't, you know, like what am I going to drop the tail hook while I'm flying? Like, that's not, you know, I don't see a reason for that. But it was fun to play with the air brakes, man. Like, I was flying, when you pull that air brake, you really see the speed come down rapidly, which is great. It's really it was really fun. Then the flaps come out, and you know, I think I was 10% throttle on all those landings. You could almost cut the power and put it down on a glide. But, you know, obviously don't do that. Do a controlled descent. But either way, all good. So I'm excited. Yeah, James, I remember at our field we had done we had like a fun fly, and I think they're gonna do it again. What they did was they take 2 water bottles. So like you know, if you come back to me a sec, they had 2 filled up like Poland Spring bottles with a string across it at our field. And then somebody had like 2 magnets, and they had a magnetic tail hook that you could really put on any plane. They would just slip it somehow, like, you know, you're able to manipulate any plane you wanted. So everybody, we had a game, and there would be three strings across like the tail edge of the runway, and you pretend like carrier landings, and the idea is to land, you got to catch the string and you pull the water bottles with you. It was a fun game. I wish we never filmed. I don't think you were here when I did that. I hope they do it again. We haven't had like a proper fun fly in a while at our field, but it was really cool. A lot of people, I remember one kid did it with a Tiger Cat and crashed his Tiger Cat. It was brand new, and I remember telling him, don't waste it on this. Everybody was using beat up planes, and you know, but Patrick ended up winning because of course Patrick won. But it was a really good game and fun. And there was just like wire hanger somehow, you know, you just pop it into the back of your plane so it's always out and down, and you just try to, you know, land. And if you hit the third one, you'd fall off the carrier. The first one, you'd be at the front of the carrier. You're trying to hit the middle one. That was what everybody was going for. But it was cool. It was definitely cool. So that'll pretty much, you know, I could move the oh, it's got lights, baby. Yep, all the lights are still there. I'll plug it in for you guys. But again, check that out. I mean, that's what I love. The trailing link is really great. Sequence gear doors are still there. You got, I think, 5 lights? 6 lights, because you've got 2 on top, 1 on the bottom, wingtips, and then there's 1 in the cockpit. So, and what I like too, they give you a super extra long wire, so you plug it into the MCBE or the blue box inside, and but super long, which is good because, you know, you open your canopy. If you forget, you know, you don't want to. I don't think anybody opens their canopy and brings their hand all the way back. You'd rip the wire out. But, you know, when you're opening it, you don't have to really worry about, you know, pulling it out for any reason. But it's for the cockpit. There's a little light inside the cockpit, which is kind of cool. Get her plugged in. I was flying on a 6000 or the 5100s. All my 90 millimeters, I tend to go with the 6000 or 5100. And it can definitely handle the weight, but you see, so non-flash on the wings. You got your flashes here. I think this is double flash, strobe. Oh no, this is strobe, single flash. Got 1 on the bottom right here. If you see my red on my hand, there it is. Lighten up, and then inside the cockpit, you just got a little light on the top. See that? The shadow. Oh, there it is. I think they can see it, and I'm trying to look at myself in reverse like a weatherman. But there it is. It's in there. So all good. And then again, I'll show you the gear if you didn't see it on that video. Up top, you take removable nose cone, just magnets. So it makes it a little easier there. Oh, I just hit my transmitter, and oh, there's the air brake. It works. So air brake I had back here. And that one you could put on, you know, 3-position switch. I just had it on 2-position switch, and you know, they give you a high rate and a low rate for the air brake. But I just flew it. I just needed to, you know, fly. I would only go, I think I'm like 45-degree open for my landing. And then if you wanted to go full when you have it plugged in, it does full 90 degrees. I assume that would be the second you touch down, open it up even more, and you'll really, you know, slow down on the, you know, on the runway. But then the gear. There's your sequence gear doors. You know, all the coverings and nice and clean on the bottom. It opens up. Nice. And then some of the doors go away when that's there, but all in all, you know, and again, I'm 6 foot. It's a big, you know, it's a significant size model. You know, it's a 90, and it's nice, beautiful, beautiful model. Can't really, you know, can't really complain. I can't complain. Anyway, I know some people probably miss having the option for the slats, and I believe if you check the website, I don't know if Alpha's out there, but you know, for everybody who already has the one with the slats, I think those spare parts will be available for years to come. So you could probably manipulate. Actually, looking at the wing, because I never saw the other one, I actually don't know how they worked on that model and where those servos were hidden. So I wouldn't know how to do it, but I think you'd be able to either put them back in if you wanted those, or for the people who already have them, you have a crash, you should be able to get parts for it. But I can't fully confirm that at the moment. So I unplugged it.
They're looking at
Get
pretty
it in.
B-roll right now.
Pretty B-roll.
What's going on behind the camera?
I just ripped off a little plastic piece. I did that twice now. Come back to me. So this just foam tacks in. This little piece just foam back. I didn't realize, but like I hold here as I'm pushing it down or pulling canopy off, and then my thumbs come together, and I've pulled that piece off now. It's the second time I've done it. But a little foam tack. It's all right. Let me get it out of my way a sec. Back here. But let's get going with the community. Are we going? All right, we're going to the community first. Yeah. All right, you know, we're not jumping to the subspin and win yet. And my Motion coffee mug is in the dishwasher, I found out. I went up and I didn't run the dishwasher. So it smelled disgusting. I'm not using it today. So we're in. But you guys saw the thumbnail, and I saw you guys talking about it. That is a scheme. T-Elbert on HobbySquawk did it, and it's from Ace Combat. I've never played Ace Combat. I think, Alex, you did?
Oh, yeah.
He played a lot of Ace Combat.
I'm not familiar.
It's a cool game, I guess, but they had like a Halloween-styled, you know. They all have all crazy themes when it comes to that game, like scale aircraft in, you know, ridiculous schemes, I guess, would be the best way to play. And what is it? Is it just air fighting, air to air all the time? Just
like
dog fighting?
fantasy.
Yeah, definitely. But either way, it looks really cool and perfect timing with Halloween coming up. So I dig it, man. I think it looks great, and it was definitely worthy for me to pop on the thumbnail. So I'll dig that for sure. But there he is, and thanks so much for sharing that, man. It's a fantastic looking aircraft. I think it looks cooler with the wings back than it does with the wings open, but either way, it looks great. So thanks for sharing that, and that was through HobbySquawk. That's where I first saw it, and I think he posted a picture on our Facebook custom community as well. Oh, then we got Roy HDG. I forget what this is. Now, some of these are from last week, so I actually probably forget what they were. I haven't gone back to look in, but I think this one was just a butter landing, which he shared flying his Flightline Spitfire, and he shared it to our to our thread for the show, so you could jump into the jump into that thread if you ever want to see. Oh yeah, perfect land. Look at that. 3-pointed, stops immediately. I love that. That was a great landing. And then last week's thumbnail, or no, it wasn't the thumbnail. I used a different one. But last week I saw this one, Paul the Architect. This is fantastic scheme too. That sort of like a tiger meat on the F-16. I remember seeing Alejandro in the house, air guarding. This would match his F18. And on Mirage, he did that tiger meat scheme. But he shared a bunch of pics last week of, his paint process and, how he did it. It looks like he hand painted. Oh, he's in there. There he is. Tigers are definitely cool.
Tigers are cool.
Words are spoken. No true words have been spoken. Tigers are fantastic. But I love it. So you did white first, primed it, then added the yellow, and then I loved seeing the progression, adding the oranges. So I'm assuming you're airbrushing it and just getting that, balance between the yellow from the orange to sort of the reddish. And then adding the black. That's not a sticker, right? I mean, I'm assuming you hand did that. It looks like paint. It doesn't look like a sticker, but if it is a sticker and it's Cali, then unbelievably awesome as well. I'm sure she could easily do that if she wanted to anyway, but either way, man, absolutely cool, and I'm sure she sticks out in the sky when you're flying very easily. Then we had this one. Actually, this one didn't get shared on Facebook. Pat DeCarlis, he sent this to our customer service saying he's 86 and he has a few of our aircraft that he painted each one, and they all look absolutely gorgeous. Love each one of these schemes, from the Tiger Cat, all the twin engine Flightline birds, all, schemed up, looking fantastic, especially the P38 back there. I wish there was more pics than this to really see it up close, but Pat, if you're out there, thanks so much for sharing this with us. Much appreciated. I'm always happy to see stuff like that, as all the guys in the chat are. Looks awesome. And then another one was Meyer VW with the Kalula. The Kalula AL37. I've definitely seen it before, but I just dig this scheme because it has like all these things that says where things are. It's like window and arrows pointing, like when you see it up close, it's like fuel tank or, door, open here. It's really funny, this scheme. But, again, I'm pretty sure he got these graphics from Cali, and he posted a lot of pictures of the process, and all around, just a superbly done AL37. One that I've yet to custom. I haven't done my own customized AL37. I always want to do like a New York Giants one, a pretend team plane, but maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get it. What? Oh, Jets. Yeah. No. Oh, whatever. What is it? Oh, stop doing that. Oh, sorry. My bad. I'm wearing a sweatshirt now. Me. I can't stand still. I just can't. I'm always moving around, rocking back and forth. I'm full of energy, I guess. This has been my problem. I can't help myself. But all right, that'll wrap up HobbySquawk, and then we'll get on to Facebook, where a lot of cool stuff was shared as well. But before we get to Facebook, I do want to say I let a lot of stuff slide on Facebook. It's just me and Alex moderating that group, and I can't possibly see everything and delete everything in time, especially on the weekends. I barely go on it on the weekends. I have to, by the way, so people are getting by posting. I don't mind if you're posting stuff from other I'll eventually out, but it's like when the comments get a little too crazy and political. I saw it with 2 posts, and I left the posts up as regardless of what you think about shipping, I'll let people have that conversation. But I will say, what's happening now is Facebook is also moderating, so I'm not removing every single comment, but I noticed just like yesterday that Facebook removed like 6 or 7 comments, and it doesn't let me see what they were. I can only assume what they were based on where they were. But now it's getting to the point where Facebook has said within the group that, anymore, they're going to put on a full post approval, where every single member, when you go to post something, it'll go to approval process where me and Alex will have to approve every single post because people just can't stop. And obviously this is a fruitless task. There's only 100 so of you in this chat, and there's 9,000 people in the group. So I don't know what to say. Just leave it. Put it to somewhere else. We're just talking about planes here. If it gets to that point where I'd have to approve every single post, then I'd sooner just get rid of the group before I just don't have the time. Even during the day, I check Facebook maybe 3 times a day. I get a chance during work, I'll check it, and then I'm on to the next thing. And, I would hate to do it. I hate to lose the group, because that's all these Facebook groups, that's the only thing I like about Facebook is the groups and being able to see what you want. I remove everything else. I don't care about anything else. Just seeing RC stuff and the other groups that I'm interested in on a personal level. But I just say, try to tone it down. I can't blame anybody, but just chill, especially, I'd love to not see people complain about shipping where it's like, they make it like it's our fault or something. What world have you been in? Like, this is the way things are at the moment. And, none of this is going to help. So, but what are you going to do? And I see Vic saying, because Vic is the moderator of, moderator, I guess, of the EDF Jet Clubhouse, which is bigger than our group, customer community, and same thing he said is happening there. So just the type of thing, if you want the group to survive, just be nice in it. That's all. We all know what Facebook is getting rid of, and those types of comments, just take them somewhere else, I guess, you know. But either way, that said, we did have a lot of cool stuff to share and go over in Facebook. So let's get started. Chris DCE. I just always say Chris DCE. He has that gorgeous MiG-29, but he also has a pretty sweet A-10 and got them out together. I love the weathering on that A-10, and we have all seen his gorgeous MiG-29, which I remember he had forever and just hadn't flown it for a long time, and then he finally did. But love seeing them together, two twin 80s. Always nice to see. Yeah, you know, with the, and I'm reading Vic's comment. Yeah, with the amount of posts that come in, you know, if I have to sit there and try to approve every single post, that's just no way. You know, my job can't be spent on Facebook 100% of the time. So that would be tough. But now, really cool post, and I want to read this. This is from Charles Baker. So you see this first picture, and I copied the whole post in front of me, so I'm going to read it. 10/18, so it's shared October 18th. Indy RC South member Al Tucker honored 2 local veterans of World War II with an RC model of a Flightline B-24J Liberator, a World War II 4-engine heavy bomber. One of them was Bob Pitot, who served in the U.S. Army Air Corps as a bombardier and nose gunner on a B-24J Liberator named Silent Yoakum. He was also the chief armorer of the aircraft and had to dislodge a bomb from the bomb bay over the English Channel when it got stuck. The bomb exploded on impact, and they were close enough to the water that the plane got wet. After 30 missions over France and Germany, including missions over Normandy for the D-Day invasion, he earned a ticket home. Bob is also an honorary crew member of Witchcraft, the Collings Foundation B-24J. Bob celebrates his 98th birthday on October 20th, today, which I guess when he posts, is that today? No, that's 2 days ago. So congratulations to that. He also posted a link. I didn't copy and paste that. I'll put it into, I wish I could put it into chat, but if somebody could go on the Facebook group, maybe you can post the link if you find this post. But he had an interview on Wish 8, which I guess is a channel, Wish TV. Then the other person was Bill Sorello, who served in the Navy aboard a cruiser in the Mediterranean Sea. He was a bugler and a gunner's mate. Both of them signed the wing of Al Tucker's B-24J. This was extra special for Bob Pitot since he flew them during the war. What an awesome tribute to these men that gave so much for our country in her time of need. Absolutely fantastic. So I thought that was super cool to even, you know, like that 100% is partly why, especially someone like Alpha, like, you know, makes these things, like, you know, honoring the history of them all. So all around, just, you know, those are the type of posts that keep the group, you know, why I want to keep the group together. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's all about. So that's really fantastic, and just probably the best post we're going to get the rest of the year, I'll say for sure. So thank you for your service. Happy birthday. And unbelievable that, you know, we got to do it with one of our aircraft. So absolutely awesome. Then moving on, this was from last week. Alejandro, where's he at? Just, you know, probably from Tucky 10's FPV camera, just a dope shot of his F18. So that's the F18 we were talking about. If you're new to the show, that's the F18 that matches that F16 Tiger that you just saw. And I'd love to somehow get those two together. They're half a world apart, but that would be awesome. They look great. Then we got Victor Shamulis. So congratulations are in order for Vic. You guys know his F104 if you've been watching the show, or if you follow his channels, you've seen it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But he went to the Best in the West, which is a show out west. I think it's in Utah. And he took down a trophy for best foamy at the show, and that's a really dope trophy. So that's fantastic. You know, I'll take out, you know, trophy any day. I'd love to put that up. But either way, fantastic. Yeah, and that's the 90mm F104 for sure, James Bowen. But and we got video of it. He posted a video of it, so we'll see that in the YouTube section and a little bit later in the show. But all around fantastic. And then we had Tom Tabor. If you guys know Tom, he flies out there with Jeremy Salt, and that is Jeremy Salt's son on the right, Kyler, with his twin 80mm A10, which looks fantastic. And Tom's got his F4, so just really sweet shot of the two of them together, and then you'll see more of that A10 from Jeremy's camera coming up here in a little bit. But that looks absolutely fantastic as well. I love the way that A10. I love the dark, deep green on that A10. It looks absolutely fantastic. Then we got Steve Dawson. This is one that I'm forgetting, probably from last week would have been on the show, but I think it's just a low pass for the F16. And it sounds great, yeah. Love that. Love that. Just sharing the low pass. I'll watch it again, or does he come back the other way? No, this is the same one, right?
That's the same one.
Replay. Let's watch it again. Here's 3. Boom. Scotty Story, do you not fly EDF jet? It's a nice jet. Oh, the F-104 looks a little hard to fly. Yeah, I think the F-104 is one that I haven't flown yet, and I don't think my field caters to it. You're landing hot no matter what you do, and you're in the power for basically the whole flight. The F-104 is like, 2 minutes of just full throttle, balls to the wall, fast passes. That's really all you're doing with it because it looks so cool. And then, you're always landing pretty hot. So even though we have a long runway with the trees around, I just don't know if it would be worth it to fly. But either way, that looked cool. I don't know, I don't know, Justin. It is what it is. It's a fast pass. I'm happy to see it anyway. But Spencer Keith, if he's out there, love this post. You said you had a friend at a field with his Venom. I love the scheme on that Venom. Love seeing it in blue. Looks really cool. With the white tips. Really nice. Can it break the sound barrier? Close, Toonami. We're getting there. One day we'll fly RC models breaking the sound barrier and breaking everybody's windows around the field. All the houses that hate where we have a house right behind our field that I feel bad for the guy. I think he complains a lot. But should have knew it was there. The field's been there way longer than that development. Sorry to say. I wonder if the realtor took him to the house on days where the field was closed. Like, like nobody's lighting up gassers behind him. It's rough. And we have Sergio Lopez Munoz. I'm forgetting. Oh, yeah. Crash contest, like.
You didn't even try.
Why? It was like, you run really fast, but then he stopped and threw it. Oh, no. He still ran. He lost his hat and everything. Like, this is just too funny. I mean, yeah, and like, it has landing gear unless he ripped them out, but, it's better. The whole running and throwing, it doesn't work. You're not going to run any faster than you could just throw it. You're going to get more power just rocket launching it. But this just looks really funny. Scott Greenfield, where you at? Is he in the show? Have you finished this yet? I need flaps for that kind of takeoff. You need like Usain Bolt running with your plane if you're gonna go for that kind of takeoff. But Scott Greenfield working on a paint job on the Vulcan. Speaking of which, that's something I have to correct, and I'm sorry, on the website we didn't post it right, but the 4S Vulcan is now available in plug and play, and it does come in all white. So it's not going to come in the yellow. So you want to check that. And it's 4S only. So there's a 4S only option, and it comes in all white. And it does have some stickers in there, like the decals, and there might be a stripe or two that you can add. But in essence, there's not going to be an ARF Plus of the Vulcan. So they went with an all white one because it is a trainer, but also so it'll cater to the trainers because it's a 4S, will be great on the Vulcan for someone learning EDFs. But then the all white is for the people who might want to just fully paint it up, and then replace the 4S system, with a 6S system. That's up to you. But just to say, the 4S Vulcan, not the same price, it's cheaper, because the power system is cheaper and it doesn't have paint. But everything else on it is the same. Or I have to check. Yeah, the gear should be the same. Yeah, and but just check it out. And we're trying to. We don't have a picture of the all white one right yet. Warehouse has to build one up and take that picture quick. But I don't know if I'm going to get a 4S Vulcan in there, but either way, just to let everybody know. And then last week I remember I saw right away when I posted I used a picture from Rudy Villarreal. He went to Wings Over Houston. He went to a real air show. So I posted one of these pictures I used as a thumbnail because it was cool, and then everybody was like, I saw people in the thread, oh, they're releasing X-Plane, you know, blah, 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 because it's, you know, and I'm like, you know, no, it was just a gorgeous picture. I just try to find what I think might be the best picture I could use that week for the thumbnail because, you know, our weekly live show isn't always necessarily about anything specific. So, you know, I just like to use a gorgeous shot that I can find. So these are some gorgeous shots, Rudy. So I loved seeing them. Looked like it was a great show all around. This shot is really cool. And I don't know if it's getting cut off at the bottom, but with the Thunderbirds lined up at the bottom, and then the, you know, the Warbirds flying over the top, really cool looking. He got some really nice cinematic looking, you know, shots here, especially this one. That's awesome. Forget which picture I used. I didn't use this one. What plane is that? This one I don't know. This jet. There it is. No, the next one. Yeah, I don't know what these jets are. Somebody, I don't remember now what somebody said it was, but the next shot coming up is the one I used, and everybody thought this is the next free wing jet, and I'm going to announce it on Friday of last week. And then I remember when I canceled the show, I think the first comment was, oh, James must have crashed it. They got to put it in there. I'm like, no, I can't just post a nice picture for the sake of it being a nice picture. But, John, it's almost ready. Just for making one just for you. The Canadian Tudor. That's it. I mean, it would be... What would it be comparable to as far as flying characteristics? I assume it would... It's a trainer, right? It looks like a trainer.
The comments, not a T-37. Yes, it's a T-37.
Oh, now we got to fight. Now we got... Whoa, Ray and Justin on the same page? No way. No way. But they're both on the Tudor trains. So who's on the Tudor train and who's on the 37 train? And then Goonie is throwing a CT-133. But it looked like if it was it looked like it'd be a pretty stable, again, I see a jet with those straight kind of wings. I assume it's going to be a stable jet to fly and, you know, a nice one. And T for trainer, but we don't know if it's a T-37 or the Tudor is a T for Tudor, T for trainer. I have no idea. I didn't research it. See, this is what makes it fun because now everybody's gonna go nuts in the comments. Not a really beautiful jet for sure. Yeah, interesting. I don't know what and I guess what I would say is I don't know if Rudy's on the chat, but you know, this is obviously a flying team, so this is like a different version of the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels. I don't know if this team must have a name. Are they a Canadian team that came down? Are they the Snowbirds that would fly this? Lots of air.
The chat is cracking me up right now.
Not a T-37. Tudor. We should just take a break for 20 minutes and come back and let all these guys go nuts. So it is the Snowbirds is who this team. Oh, that's cool. So they came down for the to show. That must have been cool when they fly these out there. If you looked up and saw all these flying across, you know, heading to a show in Houston, that would be pretty sweet. Dad, you'd pass on this? If we release this right, if I told you right now when a camera came back to me, if a foam 80mm was sitting here, you're going to pass on it? No way. I bet half of you guys would be pressing the order button right now just because it's new and everybody's clamoring for that new. They come down almost every year to Houston. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Med Scott lame. There it goes. Yep. Oh, Dad's passes on what they are. Okay, he passed. He's getting out of the style. He passed on. Pass. All right, fantastic. Richie Nelson. This was shared. He was working on TV on his F-22. We've seen this, me and Alex, in person. Steve Hodges, I think, was one of the first people to do a mod like this, and he used the foam. But this looks like he 3D printed, or unless he painted. But those, you know, those are foam pieces on the F-22, usually on the inside there. On the nozzles, but it looks like those were 3D printed, so I'm assuming at some point somebody probably made 3D printed versions of that part, and I remember seeing this thing will flip in place when done like that. It'll be Su-35 levels of fun in that way, so definitely a cool modification if you want to do that. Then moving on, Peter Finn just replaced the nozzle on his Mirage. And again, you can do this on Thingiverse. People 3D print. There are all sorts of 3D designed nozzles, which just add, you know, a level of detail that I know a lot of you guys love. Me personally, I don't look at the nozzle that often on any aircraft. I just like to have them in the air, but really cool if you want to do it. Moving on, Peter Bolton Carlson with a Gripen and just pop some missiles on the rails. They'll love that. Getting her armored up, and it looks like got rid of the decal too on the you know, on the top of the wings and everything. They just made it, you know, base gray, so it looks really cool. Not a show bird anymore, or a ready to attack bird, but all around looking good. Scotty's story, weight difference on what? On a 3D printed nozzle in general? I don't know. We know B-29, would it be cool though? After like couple flights, would it be cool? I don't know. It would only be cool if it was 3,000. I think we talked about this conversation. For it, if we're gonna do a B-29, it better be scaled to the B-24, which puts it at like 3,000 millimeters, like at least in wingspan. If the B-24 is 2,000 millimeters, I think I did the math a long time ago on that, and it would be about 3,000 millimeters. It could be done for sure, but you know, yeah, same as the Liberator would be great. I just feel like the B-24 and the B-17 are more endearing than the B-29. B-29 just, I've been in one. I think it was in Fifi years ago, and it's cool. It's just kind of ugly to me, you know, compared to the B-17 and the B-24. But to each their own. And this awesome picture, Nicholas Anthony Funara. Nicholas Carrels. Sorry, Nicholas Carrels. Working on these F-20. He posted a video, but the video was like hat cam. You can't really, you know, the pictures do much better. Pictures worth 1,000 frames of that video I saw. So, but either way, absolutely stunning pic. What's amazing, they're both like straight and right in that line. That looks real with the way the light's hitting them. So absolutely fantastic. I guess, yeah, if you did the B-29 and it came with a foam X1 that would drop off the wing, like Mac Hodges' old B-29 that almost killed me and Alex, or killed me back in the day, that would be cool. That would be awesome. Yeah, we can't drop tactical nukes. That won't work. But it's pretty sweet. Then Nicholas Anthony Funara, this was recent, with a nice F-18. So I dig that. Blue diamonds. I like that nose art. I think that's really cool. I think he did say it was Callie. Where else you getting graphics from? She's cornered the market on that, and good for her. Dem Wings, it was your vid? I just saw it on Facebook, and I was gonna put it up, but I was like, I'm not seeing anything here, so it's, you know, it's hard for me. Hat cams, you know, if you're interested in doing hat cams, I would say save your money. It's not enjoyable to watch. It's very hard. You can't see anything. Yeah, like, yeah, the only way it's gonna work, yeah, you literally have to buzz your head like that F-16, you know, and even then, you know, that's really all you got. So, oh, we got a knock. Alex has to run for a second, so I could talk here. But yeah, hat cams are just, it's tough. And it's weird because I see a lot of comments and a lot of times, oh, great video. And I'm like, really? You know, I know he's trying. It's just, it's hard. It's always better. I'd rather somebody next to you holding a cell phone and doing their best with their fingers to zoom in and out, you know, to watch something than a, you know, than a hat cam. For sure. Or at least with like a GoPro, if you have a 4K. So if you have like a 4K hat cam, you know, on the hat, then at least in 4K, if you, now we're getting into technical terms, but if you export it, if you're putting it in a 1080, you could zoom in 4 times and not lose any of the quality. If you film it in 4K and export it to YouTube as a 1080, then you could digitally zoom in and you might get a little closer. But, you know, it's really just like, I feel like you're wasting time and energy running around with a hat. I'd rather you take it off the hat and just put it on the plane. I'd much rather fly with the aircraft than see it that way. Then I saw Manu coming back with, you know, his awesome detail work that is like just his signature. Like, he owns this style. All his planes have this style on it. It's very heavy on the lines, but I love the way he does it. He put so much effort into it. So on a B24, and it just looks really, really good. I love the way he does that. You can see he does it. You know, he spends a lot of time doing it, and they all look so awesome. He's such a good, you know, painter and really takes his time into it. I always love to see, and I want to see what this one looks like when it's finished. So either way, but go. Yeah, fisheye lens, I can deal with it. When you zoom in on the GoPro, if you're standing on the ground, it's not too bad.
And most newer GoPros really don't suffer.
Yeah, newer GoPros better than the original. They've definitely gone away with that, because I think GoPro got hit hard by DJI, because DJI made a camera that's just as good as a GoPro, you know, and it comes with the drone. That was a big miss for GoPro back in the day. Their drone stunk. Remember that? Like, remember that when it first came out? Then, like, the Mavic dropped right after GoPro drops his drone. It was like they were so late to the game. Everybody was using GoPros in the race drones, and then DJI like just jumped over them. It was crazy. Moving on, Cal McDonald. Love seeing this. I think this is Simon McDonald and his crew, Northwest FPV. They are. But either way, love seeing a Spitfire. I think they're in England. That's an English beach. Looks like Dunkirk, somebody said. And that's, looks awesome. Fantastic. Love these shots. Right, Marco? Marco reviews. So many amazing... This is why the show even exists, is because, you know, our community is awesome and you just don't see it. You know, it's like, it's hard to find certain things. Like, even forums sometimes are hard to sort through to find the stuff. That's one of the reasons why I prefer Facebook, because at least you see it faster when it pops up. But then putting it all together, and now they'll live on YouTube. All of this will be here. If you know you got on this show, at least at some point you could point to it and say, hey, that was my plane. After it eventually crashes, there's proof it existed. At least it's on here. Jonathan Land, just a couple F4s. I thought John Killen would like that. He loves seeing some F4s. And I saw John working on helis too. I think he bought a couple Robans. So he's not just doing F4s. He's doing some what's it called? Some helis now too. So that's really cool. And we did get new stock of Robans too. So if you're on the heli market, I know people have been waiting for that for a while, and you can only imagine helis probably take a lot longer to produce than foam aircraft do. So jump on the Roban stuff, because there's less containers of those types of models, because it's more niche, that come in than, let's say, a free wing. They're more frequent than a Roban container or a balsa container, because the amount of work it takes to produce. So either way, cool. Yes, well, probably, I'm sure Alex is going to hit us between YouTube and Facebook, maybe. He's not going to make us wait too long for the spin. But continuing on, Jonathan Holmes. I thought this was a cool video from last week, too. Called it the grip and drift. The drip and grift is what I almost said. But little drift. I've done this. Not with the gripping, but I've definitely done it with some other models where you land, you're slow enough, and then you turn to I've definitely done that. You turn a little early, and then you just scrape the bottom of your wingtips and get mad at yourself. But either way, pretty cool. I love it. Right, left, and then like a glove. Like a glove. John Pruskowski, Nexa OV10, just a nice shot. Wanted to share that. Thanks for sharing it. Then Jerry Wilfong, I dig this, going for a TV2 on his T33. I like the paint scheme. I don't think there's a finished version of it. The next picture is obviously the scheme he's going for. Reminds me of the one next to me. That navy scheme with the arch. I see a lot of the scheme lately on a lot of planes, people going for it. So really cool. Stem wings, just pull the trigger now. What are you gonna win? What's gonna change between now and 1 o'clock, other than the fact that now everybody else is gonna buy a T45, so they're out of stock.
It's selling out right now. I see the stock right
everybody,
now.
quick, buy a T45 so Stem wings can't get one. But then we move on. Jeremy Salt, this is his son Kyler, and if you know Kyler, now at this point excellent RC pilot, and he has that A10 we saw a little earlier in the show, and here's just some more up-close shots of it in the sky. They always get these absolutely gorgeous pictures at their location there in Utah. So, absolutely fantastic. I love a good, like, shark mouth on an A10. It fits. That just looks mean. Looks meaner than any gray versions, in my opinion. Looks really cool. I dig that. Is there no tail art in real life on this one? Just the white stripe? And the Buno number? I feel like that's the only thing it's missing. It's just something kind of cool on the tail. It looks awesome. Tokyo Drift. He added the air brakes to his T35. Nice. On the one that we just saw in Jerry's. That'll be cool. I'd love to see that work. One of my favorite pictures. I had to post this one. Jason Russell, if you're out there, man, why are you going to do it? He said he hates the MB262 pilot. I love that guy because he's so ridiculous. He's replacing him with, I had him on my set. I don't know where I put him. I've had him. He's been sitting on the set forever. I hid him somewhere from myself, but I can't replace the MB262 pilot because he's so ridiculous that he needs to be in there. I think they should just make all the pilots in the planes ridiculous like that. It's almost sad to see him change it, but it looks like a cool 3D printed pilot nonetheless. But man,
Look at his hands.
look at his hands, everything about him. Like he obviously suffers from some form of like gigantism, like Andre the Giant, where his head is really big and his hands are really big. I mean, the poor guy, he's flying the jet though. He's doing his best. Don't take him out like that. Somebody should 3D render him and just make him bigger for us. Like, I'd love to 3D print a life-size version of the MB262 pilot because it's fantastic.
Called me in my dream.
I love him. I love him.
It is 12:51.
Oh, and then we know the show's gonna go a little longer today because I missed last week, so I got till 1:30 if other people do. We'll go. All right, move it, keep going. I want to get them all in. James Bowen, love the fleet. Just a couple nice fleet shots of what he's got. And did you pick a scheme for your 70mm? That 70mm Starfighter that's sitting in the middle. He acquired that from somebody who put whatever that scheme is on there, which, you know, hey, to each their own. Looks like maybe he didn't finish it or he was just going for that. But you're going to re-scheme it up. And I do love that GB sitting there. Is that yours? I always wanted a GB. I remember George Baker had a balsa version of a regular GB that I don't know if he ever even flew, but I always wanted. It's one of those models that is just so quirky to me that I would love to fly one. But I don't know if I'll ever get a chance. So hopefully we make one of those. I'd take a GB, probably in balsa though, but either way looks good. And then his Spitfire, so love seeing that as well. Awesome. He's close to the choice, either Canadian or German. All right, let us know. I can't wait to see it. That looks awesome. Then we move on. Dave Naylor, F18. Sweet. Not much more I can say about that. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the tail, the contrast from it. All around, just a good-looking scheme on that F18 for sure. Let's do one more of those. Up a little closer. Awesome. How much more is in here for Facebook? That's it? Dave Naylor, all right. So Dave will wrap up Facebook for us. And we can continue on into our YouTube tour. So let's do it. What? No?
Everybody knows. It's
all right,
time.
Everybody knows. It's time. It's sub spin and win time. Let's do this, sir. And I think we're gonna have some fun today. So, oh, no sub spin and win graphic, just me drink coffee. Sub, Gotta do the graphic, gotta make it. Give the people what they want. You worked hard on that graphic, it looks good. And our first winner, who would have been last week, but now he feels like I didn't know he was gonna win a trophy. Victor RC EDF Jets, when that popped up, I was like, wow. And then later on in the day, you posted me, you already got a trophy, but now you have a chance at the wheel to win something else, Vic. So, Alex is going to get us up.
Yeah.
Are we
Victor's
ready?
winning big. He's got to win big here.
Victor's winning big.
Yeah.
You think so?
Let's go.
He's getting a hat for his
He's
trouble. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Solid spin. Solid spin. Solid spin.
He got a Vulcan!
Finally! Vic!
Knew it. Knew it.
Fantastic, man. You're getting a 4S Vulcan. No, I'm just kidding. You're getting the 6S one. Fantastic. Well, I gotta keep it on the. I'm gonna keep it on the wheel. You know, if we give 2 Vulcans away, we give 2 Vulcans away. Vic, lucky winner. Now you can ditch that trophy and you get yourself a Vulcan. Let's do that, man. So fantastic, and that's good because we'll see it on the channel. I love when it's somebody who's in the comments who wins. So Victor, awesome, man. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. So good for you.
Congrats, Vic.
Man, congrats.
Here comes number 2.
And here comes number 2. Our second winner. This is also gonna be. This surprised me today too, because we were just talking about this guy himself, and I think he's here. James Bowen, come on down, my man. 2 people who are, you know, stalwarts on the channel, on the show, and
Let's go.
Back. You're 100% not getting.
No,
getting anything
back-to-back
good.
Vulcans.
Back-to-back Vulcans. Could it happen? It could. Could. Let me stretch here.
He says, mug me.
Mug me.
Give me the mug, James.
Mug me. Here we go. Ready?
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh! That's a fire spin.
That Dora falls off. Somebody's got to win it so I can take $25, James Bowen. Fantastic. I'll take $25. To buy 10 mugs, I think. Maybe 6 with inflation. I don't know. But $25 to James Bowen. A Vulcan to Victor, and I lost everything on that, but fantastic. But you still do have to email me, follow the process, email contest@motionrc.com, just so you know. I gotta cover all the dot my T's and cross my T's and dot my I's and dot my lowercase j's. Wayne's World 2. But you know, just do that for me, please. I'm not chasing you down, and I'll get the orders in hopefully today. So I don't know if they'll go out today. They might go out Monday. But thanks so much for being members, guys, and you know, couldn't be any better. And if you want to be a part of this, I saw it like domain to other people. You know, again, you got to be a subscriber to the channel and click the notification bell. And then, you know, it's a random draw. We have a program that does it. And I do know that the program that picks definitely looks to comments too. So leave some comments on any video. It doesn't have to be this one. Doesn't it just, you know, it'll probably up your odds of getting subscribed. And then you get pulled out. You know, I don't think we haven't had anybody win twice. But maybe I think I'll reset it at the end of the year. So I don't know. But we'll see where we go. Let's finish this year out first before we go. Mab Flight, no, I was sick last week, so I had to cancel the show, unfortunately. And so was Alex. So I would have done it myself, but then I felt ill, so I just had to call it. I didn't feel good enough to do the show, and that's why this one's been so long. But it's already won. So let's just go to YouTube. We got a couple things. I have all the links in the description, so let's get through some of them. So some of them were really cool. Let's see this. Wings Over Wheels, Free Wing T33. Just some really sweet onboard. He had like, oh, I didn't even realize he had 3 cameras going on his T33, and of course, you gotta go to Wings Over Wheels, subscribe if you want to see that 3rd shot in the bottom left-hand corner. But either way, it was cool. Yeah, George, rotator cuff. I remember I hurt my shoulder a long time ago. I got in a binge of bowling, and I feel like ever since my right side has never been the same. Because I got a ball that was too heavy, and I would go with friends. We would go for hours on end and just not stop for like 3 months straight. And then I got bored of bowling, and that was the end of that. But I don't think it ever righted itself. But either way, awesome. So Wings Over Wheels, go check it out. Remember the links to all these YouTube videos, and if you want to see your videos on here, share it with me. I can't share them all. They got to be reasonably acceptable videos. No hat cams making it on here. I refuse. But fantastic. Moving on to Victor RC Jet. So here's some of his flight from the Best in the West. And the one thing I'll say, Vic, about this, I was hoping your you're out here. I know your field is probably tougher to do where you fly, but you're out at this awesome location, and the plane never was a foot off the runway, going Mach. I was expecting, full throttle, inch off the runway. You got all that open space. I kill for that space to do that. But it's awesome. Say you're in a bar fight, yeah. I got like I always worked out, was always like strong. So me, I had to get a 16-pound ball. I probably wouldn't better off with a 10-pound ball and just rock it down the runway. But I was young and everything had to be as heavy as possible, and it's just annoying to do. But that landing was a little hot, a little tough. What fell off of the plane? Was that like a hubcap on the wheel? I didn't get a chance to check the comments, but I hope it's okay. But you could see the landing gear on the F-104 is rugged, and now you could practice your landings better with the Vulcan, because it's gonna land nice and easy. You'll have fun with the Vulcan. You definitely will. Oh, we got a $190 in here, and how many likes? 114. That's not bad. Oh no, we're not. We're 73 likes and a $190 watching. Where's everybody? Nobody wants to hit that button. Oh, it was an onboard run cam. Was that what it was, RC Tommy? What's not true? What did he say?
If only the people that are posting.
No, that's not true at all. There have been about 10, 15 winners who never claimed.
Yeah.
Never claimed. They're members of the channel, but obviously never watched the show to know that they won, and never claimed. So it's completely random. There's 52,000 subscribers, so obviously people who are subscribed years ago who never come back to the channel probably don't even check. The algorithm's not going to pick those people. It's people who are watching and being a part in some way, and at least being a subscriber. But either way, it is what it is. Salt Productions, you even had a recent one that was awesome with your KC-135, but this was from last week. I loved it, that A10 again, but now he's chasing it with the DJI drone, the same one Alex uses for our chase footage. Just a fantastic drone, and then he adds music to it. I don't have it in here because, the other one you had, Here Comes the Boom, and I'm watching, it was like, Here Comes the Boom, because he has the boom on the KC-135, but I'm like, this plane and this music just doesn't match. It's not like, Here Comes the Boom, you better be flying like an F-16 or something. Yeah, but, hey, it looks gorgeous though. But either way, he slows it down a little bit. Either way, looks awesome, looks fantastic in the sky. So we'll move on. Oh, and I saw this recently, RC Media World. They got like 2.2 million subscribers or something, and they were just out there messing around with the AL37. I think they've done it in the past, but I was surprised to see this. I was, obviously a huge channel, and just flying around. Love seeing the AL37, but I love the second. This pass is what I love the most. You see it coming in. This reminds me of the movie with Denzel Washington. He goes inverted in the airliner. Totally true to life. Like Sully was gonna go inverted, I heard, but then decided at the last minute to not. Denzel Washington goes inverted, so that's Denzel Washington's plane going by.
That's awesome.
I never actually watched that movie through and through. I just YouTubed like the main scenes, and it seems utterly ridiculous. And there's actually a YouTube channel where there's a real pilot who watches movies about pilots and goes through and says, could this be real? Could this, I haven't had a chance to watch his video on this. I know he has a video on that movie, and he's probably just laughing about how ridiculous that would be. But either way, really, really cool. Then Just Wing It. This was going to be last week starting soon. But if you want to go check out Brent Hex, he converted his F18, upscaled the landing gear with his gloss finish. You got a full flight. Just Wing It is great on the camera. Everything about this channel, you're going to see the plane, good commentary, really funny. So definitely go check out Just Wing It for the full flight. I didn't get to cut the best parts of this, so, you're going to see some parts that are nice. We'll go for one pass, and then we'll move on. No, Harry Miller, you don't have to be live during the show to win. No, if the wheel lands, here, come back to me after this pass. If the wheel lands on an extra spin for a live member, then we pick somebody who's watching the show live for a chance to win. That's sort of way to keep those involved. But no, the sub spin and win is just, for subscribers, the idea behind it was to drive up. I'd love to see the channel eventually reach 100,000 subscribers. You get the little. I'd love to put the little YouTube black back there and do it all. So hopefully, it did drive up our subscribers quite a bit when we announced it, but it kind of slowed a little bit. So sort of is what it is. But let people know we're doing it, and maybe we'll do more if we get up there. So, but that's the only way to get the live member spin. Or if Alpha pops it on randomly, sometimes it says spin it again. And that has been known to happen. So it is what it is. So moving on, Guy Pedroso. I thought this was cool. He's another one. I think he's part of the team of guys doing their FPV, but he's got FPV and he did it in both pilots. So we had 2 different shots, one in the front pilot and one for the the rear pilot. So I thought that was really cool. Augured in, no, and if you don't claim your prize within a week, you can't win. So that's the catch-22 of it. The idea is, you want to be a winner, you got to watch our live show, because we're here putting in the time and effort to produce this show. You better be a part of it, or at least check it, because you could skim through, and the whole graphic changes whenever we do the sub-spin and win, so it shouldn't be that hard to skim the videos and see if you won. But if you don't, send me an email within a week time. I saw somebody comment on the video saying thanks I won and never sent me an email, and I think I'm lucky it was only like a mug or something, but I'm like, just email us. It says we always put it up there, email. That's like how you cross your T's, dot your I's, and your lowercase j's, and just follow the protocol and things will work out better. Caddy Guy 6, Bronco first flight. I feel like we're missing some videos now that I saw that. No, that was it. Yeah, 3 more. I feel like I had more. But either way, all good. Bronco. Oh, this is Caddy Guy 6. This is the Nexa OV10 Bronco from the picture of the guy we saw way back in the show. Way back in the show. But I love it. It sounds just like mine. I've got this one when it was initially came out as ProFly, but we decided to just change it to Nexa to be all of our balsa aircraft will be Nexa unless it's a Black Horse. So same aircraft. I've got it hanging up. Haven't had a chance to fly it in a long time, but either way. Jason Laponin, I went upstairs to grab my mug, but I never ran the dishwasher, so it was disgustingly dirty from coffee yesterday, and it smelled because I haven't ran the dishwasher all night, so not gonna clean it by hand at this point, and we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back next week. And I think I lost another one. I had the other one from Teespring. I had the Teespring version and the one that's on our website. But I don't know where the other one was. It wasn't even in the dishwasher, so I don't know. It's probably in... I'll put them in random places. Coffee mugs everywhere. Sometimes I'll bring up like 6 of them to the dishwasher because I just leave them.
Nabble tells us if we want 100K subs, we just have to make crazy videos like Flight Test, dude. That's what we're missing.
It.
We just,
yeah,
the 2 of us.
The 2 of us alone. I wish.
Together.
If I see, that's where the trouble lies. It's just us. Where do I have the time? This show itself, just what we're doing, takes a while to produce each week. And then where am I going to find the time to build all this crazy stuff? They've got like a team of 30 people probably behind the scenes that making these things, They got a full team over there, and it's a different, I always looked at Flight Test. They sell stuff, great, but they are a YouTube entertainment channel first that happens to sell products. We're a, we have to talk about, some videos we make, like, how do I make an assembly video fun for everybody to watch? Either the people who are going to watch assembly of a plane or people who are interested in buying that plane. Like, it's a catch-22. It's tough. The only way I know what would get it, if you really want to get subs, if I just crash everything every time, then it would be fantastic. So,
Hey, we got that footage.
Which footage? Yeah, but like on purpose, like, if I could go to my field and build a brick wall with a target on it and then sort of just fly a plane around, be like, do I like it or not? Pfft, smash it into the wall if you vote no. Boom! That's what, like, if I was an independent reviewer, that would be my channel. If I was independently wealthy and could just afford to smash everything, I'd create a channel where I just smash everything that I didn't like on purpose. And I guarantee you get 1 million subscribers in a heartbeat because people love that stuff. Or I'd buy a really expensive slow-mo camera, too, to really see it all crunch. That's going to get a lot of views. But BD Tennessee, we got 3 more real quick. And again, all the links are in the description of the video. So give these guys credit. I really like what BD's doing. This is his F18, taking off for some thick grass. Got up. But he does talking about it, you know, before and after. So definitely go check out his channel for sure. And then actually the next one was fantastic. Arthur RC, where you at? This was really cool. An Aston Martin and a Freewing MiG-29. I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, what is this all about? And then it was really cool. Just something different. I remember a long time ago, if anybody's on the Long Island area, Calverton, New York has like an abandoned runway. And we used to fly out there at my old job. We used to fly out there and we did similar things. Like one time we got in the back of a pickup truck and we had our pilot flying the plane next to me and Alex while we were filming on it was really cool. But all around, I just thought this was really cool because, you know, an Aston Martin, and he's obviously in Europe, and it's funny, in Europe, a lot of like the big branded cars, like you see them everywhere. It felt like when I was in Germany, you see Mercedes everywhere. It's like a Honda to them. Whereas here, it's like, can't afford a Mercedes. You know, it seems like everybody has. I don't know. Maybe everybody has Aston Martins around, but that just looks cool.
That's sick.
Either way.
That's so sick. Awesome job.
Yeah, awesome job, Arthur RC. That's some sweet content for sure. And then last, Andy Yoon with just the Flightline B-24. So, and I liked this because he put in a lot of the history of it, like we did. I remember if you watched the old B-24 hype video, I added some footage like that too. You know, what was it when it said like one B-24 was coming off the line, one every 55 minutes, and that's true. One every 55 minutes they were coming off the production line, and I thought this was great. They were all enjoying. Pilot Juan, fantastic. And if you crash the plane, you could jump in the Squid Game, I guess. if you run out of money, you can play the Squid Game. I was gonna make a post. I don't know. Has anybody watched Squid Game yet? I wanted to post, hey, got a new contest idea. You know, free planes for life, but you just gotta play this Squid Game here. How many of you guys are gonna jump in and let's do this? That would be hysterical, but either way, looks absolutely. I don't know why it went flat down, but Andy Yoon, I love the edit and looks good. So fantastic. So we're gonna move right to questions and answers. Please don't ask me about shipping. That's the whole thing. I don't know when things are gonna get in right away. But if you have any quick questions, I'll answer them. If not, it is already, you know, sort of past show time. But I'm happy to be back this week. It was tough to miss it for a week. Hard pass on Squid Game. Really, I enjoyed it. Man, I loved it. I thought it was really just different. And I actually had to watch, after the first 2 episodes, I switched to subtibles rather than the first 2. I was watching it with the English dubs.
No, you gotta watch it with subtitles.
Got some weird, you know, the voices they chose, the English voices they chose for it. But I thought it was really good. Ignacio's in. Come on, who's gonna win the Squid Game?
Chucky Whispers posted again. We missed it.
What did Chucky Whispers say?
I don't know. He said he had a question earlier, but he doesn't.
Oh,
want to
I saw Chucky Whispers. I saw it in the back of my head about the engines. Can I do something on our engine lineup? I wouldn't be able to prep that in a week. I don't have many engines here that I can show. You know, again, gas and me just don't play nice together.
Like oil and water.
Yeah, like oil and water. I don't know if I'll ever make a gas video because to be honest, I'm deathly afraid of getting anywhere near a gas engine. Like, even when I was trying to tune the one I got, the prop is going and I'm like, I'm going to slip and cut my hand off, and I have no interest in losing fingers just to fly a dirty gas plane. I'd rather fly electric. At this point, I've learned from my experience with gas, I'd rather fly electric. It's not my thing. But so I wouldn't be the one that could even tell you about gas engines. Like, I wouldn't even if I had them all here, I wouldn't know what to say about them. I'd have to have somebody else come in. So if there's anybody out there who knows a lot about gas and wants to explain that stuff, then come on. But I have to be honest, I'm not that. Do we know if our YouTube channel will be featured, or do we have to watch to find out? Vertical Addiction. I don't know if I've been on your channel in a while. It's a matter of whatever shared during the week. Everything you see on the show is just things that I find that are shared on either our Facebook community page on HobbySquawk, or sometimes people, send stuff in as CS tickets. You can email our ticket system. I prefer you didn't waste their time, but then the customer service guys say, hey, James, this guy shared a picture. So I prefer really either share it on HobbySquawk, share it there, but then also the video has to be legible or, good. I want to share good stuff. Like I said, if it's a hat cam video or something, then it's probably not going to make it. And also, it should be about a Motion RC product. That's the other thing, which is fine though. Most of these channels are doing everybody's other products, so I don't mind promoting, your channel there. And the whole idea is just to hopefully drive some subs to you guys, because some people now with YouTube revenue can make a little side money having a YouTube channel that might pay for a battery here or there. And hey, it's great. If you're going to go out and fly anyway and you have somebody who can throw a camera on it, you can have a YouTube channel too, Will we see a 2000mm B17? Your best guess? I hope so. I think the B24 is, solid, but I know that, Hobby King has that B17, which I'd flown back in the day. I think it still comes and goes. It's kind of, there's already a foam one there. Like, how much better can you make? It really comes out, if you're going to make a product that sort of already exists, can you make it better, than what's sort of there? And, I don't know. Whereas the B24 was never made, and I thought it was cool. It had the two noses, lot of options for, that B24. You can modify that thing so many ways. So it was a good way to go. But I don't know, B17 would be great, a Flightline B17, but if Flightline's doing another one, I want a single engine warbird again before I get to anything else. But that's just me. Thanks for the tips. Any events in New Jersey for... I'm not in New Jersey, Dober. I don't know. I do not know. Is there a chance of a Canadian distributor for Motion RC in the future? I don't know. I don't know, Vertical. George, thanks so much, man. A Harrier jet would be cool. I remember Alfred said a long time ago he could probably do it. It's just a matter of how many people would buy it, and it would probably be really expensive. Even just for a foam version, just because the technology would be so out there to do it. B17 would be smaller than a B24, but not too much smaller, right? I mean, if the B24 is 2,000, probably say what? I mean, 1,600 would be, that would be a small B17. Because again, if you're going to do another big one, I'd like it to be scaled to the other. If you're going to have an array of bombers, I'd hope they'd all be close scale to each other. But, like it'd be annoying if we made a 2,000 meter B17 and then it just, it'd look weird next to the B24. MiG-29 nose question. Do you need to glue the pitot tube in, or you just take it out after each flight? Doesn't seem that snug. All pitot tubes I glue in, but I would use a little foam tack, something that if I have to take it out, I could take it out. Like foam tack, you could pull it out, peel it off, put on a new dab, just enough to go, or hot glue or something, nothing permanent. I wouldn't put with pitot tubes. Like I know the biggest one for me is like the A4 has that tube that sticks out, that you'll 100% break off, so that comes off, and that one I just push in because I figure the wind resistance is pushing on it anyway. Why would it can't? I don't see how a plane flying how it would pull out and then leave. Like that would be really strange physics if physics worked that way. Andrew Dalton,
the state of the world still.
The state of the world is crazy, but we've taken tons of risks, and we have trust me. Free Wings I know about 5-6 airplanes that are coming. It's just a matter of when they're coming. They're already produced, and they're ready to go, and people are going to love them when they're ready. And when the time is ready, I'll be happily promoted, but just going to have to wait. When things work, it's coming, trust me. But we're in no rush. We're in no rush. At this point, there's 90 different, I think there's 65 different jets, and there's no way everybody here has flown every single one of them. So there's always something new for you to fly right now that's available right now, and go grab it, because they're all fun in their own ways. All big warbirds need to be 6 powered. True. I go for that. Scott Meyer, gas. Look, I enjoy watching gas planes, but I just have no interest really. I just like playing with the one I have. It's just a pain in the butt. I don't know how at this point, like, it's like I wear sneakers with Velcro or slip-ons because I'm past tying my shoelaces. I don't want to go through the work. I might as well just, the technology exists to make it better. Like, electric is just so simple. I could drop it in. Every balsa plane I built, when I just have to put the electric motor on, so easy. I don't have to deal with, I mean, when I was playing with that, I burned myself like 3 times on the engine because I accidentally touched it, like, and I'm just so deathly afraid. I don't want to be anywhere near the engine. At least when electric, I don't have to go anywhere near the motor. You know, and I take the prop off anytime I play anyway. Like, I like my fingers and I like my hands, and it's just a lot of, you know, it's a lot of work. And I love the people who do it because they're used to it, or you love futzing with motors. That's just not who I am personally. You know, it's tough. I wanted to be, but then I got into it. I've spent about 24 hours of total time playing with that thing and never making sense of it, and it stinks for me. So, you know, at some point, hopefully I could get somebody who would help me do that, you know. At some point, I want to get another person on this channel who can help me, you know, a better pilot, a better, you know, somebody who knows more about other things. You know, that would be great too. And hopefully we could get there, you know. But we'll see. Yeah, first and last gas plane is the Hellcat. Unless I could get, if somebody could tune it up for me, I'll fly it. I mean, you saw me. I think we played the kit with that one flight. I just, you know, I tried, and I just, you know, it never idled right, and it's annoying because we were just at the field, and somebody had the Hellcat there on a gas engine, but it was the original, I guess, you know, the original version of that, but he had a different type of engine on it, and I went up and started to ask a question, but he really seemed like, well, he didn't know who I was, which is fine. Most people don't, even at my own field. But like, he didn't really seem interested in talking, so I moved on. I just walked away and went back to what I was doing, but I was hoping to get some answers from that guy, but wasn't in the mood, so all good. All right, man, I think that'll do it for the show today. Snow Valley Park, we're outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Down here, but the warehouse is in Illinois. That's where, like, corporate is in Illinois, but we're down here. What kind of mug is that? That's a Yeti. The Yeti mug, I think. It's annoying. I know, my wife bought it for me, but it doesn't fit in a car. Like, it's too big for everything. I just end up using it as a regular mug, but it would have a lid. You're supposed to travel with. I'm like, this is a waste. But I feel like I have to have my coffee here, or else, you know, it kind of ruins part of the show. It's part of who I am. But either way. But, oh, is the back cockpit in better than the front camera like my T8? Matthew Brothers, not sure if you're talking to me or someone else. And Brandon, yeah, we spoke. My mug is in the dishwasher, dirty. My regular one. But, amazing for James Bond movie. You know, I never saw any of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. James Bond was never, I want to go watch it. I heard it seems pretty good, but I just never got around to watching any James Bond. It was one of the, and I like all those kind of movies, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever. I like Mission Impossible. You know, I love trilogies and worlds, but I never, for some reason, never got Bond. Maybe I'll go watch it sometime. Like, now Dune is out. I know nothing about Dune, but I'll probably end up watching that this weekend. Seems different. Yeah, go crash some stuff, guys. But that'll do it for us here for this week. So next week will be episode, I'll label it 42, even though it should be 3. I missed the 1 week. But either way, we'll be back next week with something. I got to get out next week to do a proper flight video where I'm talking on this one. And so we'll be out with that and some other things for sure. But either way, share all your stuff. For all you people who asked, vertical addiction, if you got something, share it. You know, share the video. I'm not able to search in a week time. I'm not able to search everybody's channel individually to find videos. I'm subscribed to everybody who I share. I subscribe, so I turn notifications on. So that's a lot of times I find it because I see the notifications pop up, you know, from your channel. So, but if you want to have it on there, share it directly, share the link, you know, on our Squawk thread, which the link is in the description of this video, or share it over at the customer community on Facebook, if you're there. But either way, or at MotionRC on YouTube, I think, and that'll sort of ping us. But again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just a matter of if we find it, and we'll share it, you know? And just a little bit. I don't like to I'm not trying to share the whole video because I want people to go, you know? Because a year from now, if somebody's watching this live video, maybe they go and find that video, and then they find other videos they like on your channel, and they become, you know, you become their favorite YouTube channel. Because you never know, you might be somebody's favorite YouTube channel right now. And maybe they found you through this. Maybe they'll find you through this one. But either way, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad to be back. I'm healthy, happy. Alex is healthy, happy, and we're happy to be back. And we will see you for episode 42 right before Halloween next week. All right, guys, have a good day.